I've just arrived in Ipoh. It's 10:30 in the morning. We have live music on the streets. Well, I can't check into my hotel for another 4 hours. But I'm heading there anyway. Hopefully they're not full and they'll be able to get me in. But this Memory Lane Sunday market, and it's only on while 12 o'clock, so this is the only time I'll get to see it. Well, there's all bloody everything on Memory Lane. Pots and pans, shoes, car batteries, flasks, everything you need. I did read about this yesterday, but I kind of thought I wouldn't bother because I've got my backpacks with me. I just walked past it anyway, so it'd be silly not to come in and take a look at all the crazy things on offer. It's unusual to be seeing not one live act, but two. 10:30 on a Sunday morning.
Link Facebook ke, link Shopee ke, link TikTok ke, tapi harga lah tak sama lah macam beli kat sini. Tu je lah beza dia.
Right, so we're here at the hostel then, 3 hours early. Oh, the check-in time is at 2:30, it's now 11 o'clock. It's kind of my own stupid fault really for getting the bloody morning train. It was the only option, all the trains were full, so I had to get the morning one, but then I got to Taiping and then realised I could have just got a bus at any bloody time. Well, it's not the usual way I like to start my vlogs. I usually like to start by saying welcome to the city that I'm in and then giving you a little bit of information about it before I bugger off and start exploring. But because I arrived here so ridiculously early and I came across that Memory Lane Sunday market, it just dropped on me, you know. Before I knew it, I was right in the centre of all the action. So here we are then, Ipoh. I've got about 3.5 hours before I can check in to my hostel. It's a bit of a pain, but I've dropped my big bag off. I've got my laptop and all my devices on me, I'm not leaving that. So let's go back to the market, I guess, and have a proper look around now. This is actually known as Dim Sum Street because, well, there are loads of dim sum restaurants. The city of Ipoh historically is known for its tin, but like Taiping. Now Taiping was the #1 producer of tin, but then was overtaken by Ipoh. And Ipoh was a very rich city, but then with the collapse of the tin mining industry, the city fell into decline. It's only in the last 10-20 years that the city has seen some kind of regeneration, and now it's starting to attract tourists. Right then, biryani rice and mutton curry for breakfast. Let's see how we get on with this. Try the sauce first, see if it's spicy. Wow, it's absolutely delicious. Wow. Well, that was a right plate full of food, bloody hell. Absolute loads of mutton, pile of rice and a Fanta for breakfast on a Sunday morning. £3. So I'm taking a stroll alongside the Kinta River. The river which basically splits the city of Ipoh into two. And what's making that bloody noise? Oh, it's this, whatever this is. Look at this! Bloody hell! They were otters, weren't they? Wow, there's bloody loads of them! Anyway, back to the vlog. I'm walking up alongside the river which splits the city in two. Over on that side is where the old town is, and this will lead me into a big park. I've never been in this park before, I didn't even know it was here. And being as I've got a few hours to kill, might as well have a wander around the park. Oh, what a fine combination. So this is the Kinta River Walk, and this is something called the Love Bridge. I don't know why it's called the Love Bridge. And night time apparently all this is open. Bars and restaurants. It's very quiet, this park. It seems pretty nice. Didn't come here last time. Didn't even know it existed, to be honest. Wow, look at all the fish. How about this for a lovely old bench? A swinging bench. Just here is the start of Gunang Lang, a recreational park, where these lakes and mountains, and it all looks very nice. It's about an hour's walk away from Ipoh, and maybe if I can find a bicycle. I'm sure last time we found a little hostel called Abbey by the River that hired bicycles, so I may take a bike out tomorrow and go and have a look at all this. Oh, I may not. Well, I don't know what this is. Tarzan swings into the old time of Kinta Valley. More action, more mural art, more experience. Tarzan and the Great Kinta River. Movie being shown in Sun Cinema in 1967. Is that a real film? Tarzan and the Great Kinta River? The river that I've just walked down? We're just entering the old town now, and straight away we can see some of the interactive art that's scattered all around the old town of Ipoh. How does that look? Does it work? The service here is shocking. Ipoh is well known for its colonial architecture and its history of concubine living quarters. Concubines were women that used to live with a man and his wife, but had lower status than their wife. The Miner's Arms. Let's have a look at this then. 11 per bottle from 3 to 9. That's not too bad. It's only a small bottle though. And you can also get yourself a nice 250 gram Wagyu ribeye steak for about 50 English pounds. They bloody love stuff like this in this part of the world. Upside down houses and optical illusions and all that kind of thing. Like Georgetown and Malacca, Ipoh commissioned the artist from Lithuania called Ernest Zakarevic to paint 7 murals around the city. And the first one we come across is this one here. The paper plane. Now, because of the heat and the elements and the fact that they are painted on very crumbly old buildings, how long these pieces of art are going to actually be here for is anyone's guess. This one looks in pretty good condition, to be honest. And here we have the Old Town White Coffee. I did come in for a coffee at this place in Langkawi. It's a chain, you find them all over Malaysia. This is where it's originally from. It's famous for its white coffee. The beans are actually roasted in butter, or some kind of buttery type substance, which gives it a very light flavour. It's actually quite nice. And at the side of the building of the Ipoh Old Town White Coffee shop is the second of the pieces by the Lithuanian artist, and this is called Old Uncle Drinking White Coffee. A little bit of street art tucked away behind the Old Town White Coffee shop. And here we have the Birch Memorial Clock Tower, which was built in 1909. It's an ode to British symbolism. Around the top you'll find 4 figures who represent the 4 virtues of the British government: democracy, rule of law, respect and tolerance. And in the middle you'll find various historical figures: Darwin, Shakespeare, Buddha. This brings us to the Ipoh rail station, which is where I started my day a few hours ago. Let's go and see if we can get a good look at that from afar. And there we have it, the Ipoh train station. A great example of colonial architecture, and bang opposite it we have this, which is the old town hall and post office, built in 1914. Well, there's supposed to be one of the pieces of street art on here. There's actually 3 pieces. I'll show you them once all these people have disappeared. Up until the end of World War II, these little side streets in Ipoh used to be filled with brothels and casinos. It was a very different place. The best kind of buns. Not cheap though. Tom Yum curry bun, golden curry bun, 35. It's about 7 quid. Anyway, look at this. We have a shop, and I can smell durian. They definitely sell durian in here. Very busy. I was just wondering why it said Sendal ice is not allowed in these premises. And it's because there's a Sendal ice stall just outside. So basically, they're just letting you know you can't buy from there and eat in here. I'm not exactly sure what's up here, but it seems quite busy. It looks like a few little cafes and stuff. Do the washing outside. Satay. It's not what you'd expect, is it, in a Muslim country? Back into a kind of normal street now with a 7-Eleven. Well, I found the place then, the peep show, and it's basically a bookshop. It's quite an amazing bookshop, to be honest. They've got tons of stuff. It does say as you're coming down, this is like, let's get deep and nerdy. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. I was hoping to see some Malaysian hotties, not Superman books. We're here at the famous Concubine Lane, which was also known as the second wife lane in Chinese, or the mistress lane in English. In 1908, this would have been filled with prostitutes, gamblers, opium dens, and this would be where the Chinese tycoons would keep their second wives. It's a very, very popular tourist attraction. Well, this is crazy busy down here. What a crazy street. Very touristy, but very lively and great fun. A lot of the snacks in there are just bizarre, you know. You've got the ice snow, which I've had before. I've just been sidetracked by a sign that says, "Honey shat my cookies." Yeah, so you've got all that stuff. You've got these crazy ice creams with fairy dust coming off them. I don't know what the hell that's all about. This is where you can pretend you're having a drink with the locals. If you need proof that you need to come and see the street art before it fades away, then here you are. This is a piece called Evolution. As you can see, most of it is coming away now. I think this is a fairly new one. That's it for today's exploring. I didn't actually plan on doing anything today, but because my hostel wouldn't let me in, I've ended up doing the whole of the bloody old town. So God knows what I'm going to do for the next 2 days. I think I definitely need to get a bike and cycle my way to some caves and the park that we saw earlier. Yeah, but as you can see, it is very touristy, Ipoh Old Town, but it is very beautiful as well. Great vibe, great atmosphere. No idea where I am now. Have I walked into the bus station? Where the hell am I?